All right, so here we have 40 ounces chipotle pepper, 2 cups of flour. We have approximately 50 to 55 ounces of tomato with green chili. We have 40 ounces of the Spanish olives with the pimiento in it. We have 4 medium white onions. We have 4 cloves of garlic. Then here we have 2 yellow, 2 red, and 2 green peppers. I like the colors. It makes the food come out vibrant, and it makes it really look delicious. I think so anyway. All right, so here we got 3 tablespoons paprika, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of onion, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 8 bay leaves, 2 tablespoons of parsley flake, 1 tablespoon of basil, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 2 tablespoons of the sea salt flake. I just love it. 1 finely ground down black pepper, and a 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil. We got a Cabernet, and make sure when you use a wine, use something that you drink. Just don't get anything because it's cheap. And here we have a gallon of our bone beef broth, which I will include in our next video. I leave the butt and the end on. Makes it a lot easier to handle. It won't break apart. And I come in and I put a little couple of top cuts. Then I come back around and I cut it this way. Remember, always keep your thumb tucked behind and just come down with it. And I don't really like a real thin chop. I like to taste my onions when they're in there. And if it falls apart, that's quite all right. We'll come back and cut that. Just take that little piece. There we go. Now, my onions is one thing, but garlic, I like my garlic like paper. So I'll come in. And as you can see here, there's just 2 pieces. We get them apart. I like my garlic sliced thin. There's not much to that. The first thing you need to know is you need to have a really sharp knife. The sharper, the better. You ain't going nowhere, fella. And then another thing, is peel yourself 10, 20 garlic heads and go to town with them, and you'll be as proficient as I am. Just always remember, no matter where you go or what you do, as long as you keep your fingers and don't raise the knife above your knuckles, you're good to go. Always keep your thumb tucked behind. On the garlic, I don't keep it tucked behind because you're gonna need to hold that garlic so you can get every last little bit of it. And that's how we do our garlic and our onions. Now, I'm not going to dull you with that. We'll be right back and I'll show you how I do my peppers. Give me a second. Here I am, I started putting our flour down, and all we want to do is make sure that we coat the oxtail with some flour. Help us with our roux. And we want to get in there, spin it around, make sure all of our oxtail is coated. We don't want a heavy coat, we want a light coat. You know, something like this. Nice light coat. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna braise it. And that's gonna start our fiery oxtail. Here we go. Okie dokie. All right, so we started our pot. We're gonna put in our ½ cup of extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna turn on our fire and we're gonna give it a little bit of time so that oil can heat up. Gonna stir it around a little bit. We're gonna add a little bit of our salt and pepper. Stir it around a little bit. We don't want to burn it. We want to get the onions kind of translucent. All right, so right now I want to add in my peppers. And I season as we go along. We're going to put a little bit more of that salt and pepper on it. Look how pretty that looks. Absolutely stunning. I love the look of the dish. I love the taste of the dish. And the smell is amazing while you're making this. You're gonna absolutely love this fire oxtail. Don't take it from me. Make it for yourself. It's going to take a few minutes. Break down the peppers. Get them onions looking great. And as you can see here, I have all different sizes for the pepper. I got the small, I got finely chopped, I got coarse. There we go, starting to look right. Look at our onions. Our onions are starting to get nice and translucent. That's what we want. That's exactly what we're looking for. And here, what I'm telling you, see the larger chunks? Then we have the smaller chunks. Fantastic. If you guys could just smell it. And this isn't this isn't just me talking. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna add our garlic in there. This is when it's gonna really take off. Oh my God. What's not to love about garlic? There we go. And we definitely don't want to burn the garlic, but we do want the oils to come out. And we do want to cook it down a little bit. Oh, if you can just smell this. There we go. Now this will give a couple of more minutes so we can get that garlic. Oh my goodness. Truly amazing smell. The onions, the peppers, and now that garlic. Oh my God. I'm truly in bliss. I love to cook. I love garlic. I love onions. I love peppers. And I definitely like the fiery oxtail. And so do a lot of my friends and family members. When I made oxtail at the beginning, I'd make probably a good 3 pounds, 5 pounds. Then I decided to let my friends taste it. Now at any given time, I cook anywhere from 30 to 40 pounds at a time. I really enjoy people when they enjoy my food. I don't know, it's the satisfaction I get from it. But I mean, it is truly an amazing flavor, truly an amazing smell. When you make this, you're gonna have the same problem I have. So now we want to add in our olives, and we want to leave the juice of the olives in there as well, because that'll help our meat tenderize. So we'll sprinkle the olives in there, and I know you guys are thinking, boy, that's a lot of olives. A lot of you might not like olives, but I have a lot of friends that said they don't like olives, but they love it in this dish. And I'll probably add some more olives to this in a little bit, because for me, it's not enough. I love that tangy flavor of the olives. So I will be adding some more in a minute. There we go. I love olives. And so does my family. And my friends that don't, well, they can pick it out. But they don't. They eat it. They love it as well. So, I mean, when you cook for yourself, you make it to your likings. And they like it, fine. If they don't like it, well, I made it for me and my family. But I haven't had any issues with it. Anyone that's tried it has fell in love with it. Now I'm going to add a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. And I do that as we go along. Everything is coming along just fine. The smell is truly amazing, guys. I hope you were here. All right, so now we are going to add in our tomato and chili. Cook down the tomatoes a little bit. Boy. A little bit more of that salt and pepper. Just let it sit in that middle there and cook a little bit. And I love using a wooden spoon. Something about it, I've always loved cooking with wood. Another thing, I can lay it on the top here, or on the side, or even in the pot, and it won't get hot. I can always handle it. That's the purpose of why I love a wooden spoon. Look at the colors. Oh my God. Look at all these spices. All right, so now I'm going to add in my other spices. We're going to put in our paprika. Oh, yes. We're going to put in our cumin. Going to put in our garlic powder. I know we got a lot of garlic in there, but the garlic powder adds a little bit of a different flavor to this dish, and it wouldn't be right without it. Onion powder. Wait a minute. All right, we got our onion powder. Got our parsley. We got our basil. We got our oregano. Excellent. Woo! And the aroma keeps building. Amazing. That aroma just keeps building and building and building. I mean, it's spectacular. I wish you guys were here. And this is my first video, but you know, along the lines, I might have someone come over and help me cook a dish or two. But it is truly an amazing smell coming from here. Oh. And all this is going to be in that sauce that our oxtail is going to sit in. All that beefy flavor, collagen. Oh my God. Just thinking about it makes my mouth water. Well, let's let it sit for a minute. Let them spices meld with all of our different ingredients in there. And our next thing is to put in our boned beef broth. And that video I will be putting up as well. Here goes our bay leaves. And we want to leave them whole because at the end we're going to pull them out. Just go ahead and meld them flavors in there. All right, give that a few minutes. Oh, fantastic. And here we're going to add our beef broth. We're going to turn our heat back up again to full blast. Get this at a little bit of a boil. Oh, look at all that goodness. Woo. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to give it a few minutes and come back when it's boiling. Now we're going to add in our chilies. And that's a lot of chilies you might add, but I love chipotle chilies. There we go. Let's get all of it out. Oh, yeah. There you have it. All right, guys, so now we are going to start, and we're going to put a little bit more oil in here just so it don't stick. About 3 tablespoons. But now we are going to start to braise our oxtail. All right, guys, so now we're going to braise our oxtail. The oil has been heating, and here we go. Put it down, move it around so it doesn't stick. And what we want to do is get a good sear on them. And then we're going to transfer them over to the big pot. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, put it on medium-high heat. So this is pretty much what we're looking for, a nice browning. Turn it over. So once we get a nice deep sear like that, that's perfect. All right, I'm going to turn it down a little bit more because the pot is awful hot. All right, so we're going to transfer it over to the broth. We got a nice sear on both sides. All right, then we want to put more in. Remember to move it around so it doesn't stick. Yeah, we're gonna let it sear real good, and we're gonna turn the heat down on our main pot here. Make sure it's not sticky. Phenomenal. Oh, that beefy smell. Fantastic. Take a look, let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. That's what we're looking for. That'll help hold the meat together so it doesn't break apart as we slow cook it to perfection. Look at that beautiful meat. And we're going to put our 2 cups of wine in there. Everything off that bottom. Make sure we get all that alcohol burned off the wine there. That's it. Get all that flavory goodness off the bottom. Let that cook off for a minute. Alright. Get that alcohol burned out. Reduce that wine a little bit. It's going to be delicious. Alright. So let's stir this pot up a little bit. Ooh, look at all that meat. Yes. Yes. Scrumptious, delicious. Get that there. Look at that. Alright, so I think all the alcohol is burned out of this. Alright, so we're going to turn off the heat. And we're going to take this and pour it into our oxtail. That is simply delicious. Stunning. Alright, so we'll cook this and render this down a little bit. Get it nice and thick. You can hear it's just, oh Lord. Whew, the smell. All right, so no more talking about the smell. We're gonna cover it, put it on the simmer. Okay, guys, so this is something that I left out of the video. So I had to take it from a different video. And what I'm doing here is I'm skimming the oil off the top of the pot. You have to do it because the oxtail releases a lot of oil. But while I'm taking the oil out, I also put it into a clear container because you're going to take a lot of the good juices as well out of it. And I love it. I mean, I love that sauce. So I try to reclaim back as much as I can. So this is what I do. Then I put it in the freezer, take the oil off, throw it out, and put the juices right back into my pot. Well, we've come to the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed cooking it. I tried to be informative as possible. I know it's a little long, but a lot of times you have people explain the recipe to you, you go home and you cook it, and it's never the same as when you had it at their house. So I thought that by allowing you to watch the way I cook it, that it'd be more informative and that it'd come out a lot more like I make it versus how other people make it. This recipe here, I've had probably for about 40 years, never told anybody. Well, actually, that's not true. About 30 years I've never told anybody. My mom's 87. She cooked it for me when I was young, and she's never stopped cooking it for me. And that's where I got it from. My friends have asked and asked and asked. My family have asked. I'm not giving it out. But my kids talked me into, hey, make a video on YouTube, Dad, let's put it out there. So that's what I did. And I'm going to share it with you, and I know that you guys are going to love it as much as we've loved it over the years. If there's anything that you like, paella, whatever you want me to cook, just write it down on the comment line below or email me, and I make sure that I would bring that recipe up and cook it for you. Please like and subscribe. Help me start this channel. This is my first video. And enjoy. I'll see you next time. Thanks again.